Hi, today I will show you how to create and use traffic light in your project. For this purpose, I create one project with simple 3 tasks, 4 days, and I have some resources here, which are John, Mary, and Peter, with different standard rate. It doesn't matter for this example, but just for as example, I didn't use the same standard rate for all of them. So for task 1, I will create John. For task 2, I will create Mary, and for I will assign Mary, and for task 3, I will assign Peter. Everything is good, and now what I can do, now I can save a baseline, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to project, and I will say set baseline, and I created a baseline. As you can see, in a cost, I have, oh, come on, okay, I have cost, which is for a whole project 90,200 euros, but let's focus on work. Okay, now I have 32 hours for each and every task because only one person is assigned. This is just for simplicity. Okay, now, what I want to do, I want to see if the work is exceeded, it should be like a red light. If work is exact as it was planned, it should be yellow light. And if it is below the planned, it should be a green light. For that purpose, first of all, what I should do, I should create one custom field, which I will call baseline versus work. So for that purpose, I'm going to go to project, custom field, and I will use custom field text, okay? And I will rename it. So step by step, go to project tab, go to custom field, choose text, rename it, okay? And I will say baseline versus work. This is for my purpose. And now I want to use a formula. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose a formula here, and it says if you entered anything in this particular custom field, it will be erased because you are going to use formula. Since I didn't, I couldn't care less. Now I can choose on formula, and now what I'm going to say. I will use a function, which is going to be if function, okay, and it can be found here somewhere, but I know how to do it, so I will use if. If, okay, and I will say if. Now I said if. If, for example, my field, which will be baseline work, so work, and now I will say baseline work. But which baseline work? Baseline work for the saved baseline. This one, okay? So I will say if baseline work, I choose wrong one, sorry. I choose if, now go to field, baseline, okay? To see the baseline field, I should use baseline. So work, I want to work, baseline work, baseline work, and baseline for work 1 is, okay, less than, okay, actual work. I will use actual work. So work, and now I will say, not actual work, sorry, work. Okay, so if baseline work is less than work, then use semicolon. I will say this field should be 0. So once again, if baseline work is less than work, this baseline versus work field should be set at 0. Now, once again, one if. Now, if, let's go back to field, let's go back to work, let's go back to baseline work, and let's go back to baseline work. Set is baseline work is same as work, okay, here, then it should be set to 1. Otherwise, it should be set on 2, and I will close those bracelets. So, what is the formula? If baseline work is less than work, then baseline versus work text field, this custom field, will be 0. If baseline work is exact same as a work, it will be set to 1. Otherwise, and it obviously if it is baseline work greater than work, it will be set to 2. Okay? And I will click on OK. So, once again, baseline versus work will be deleted because you used formula. Okay, I am aware of that. Now, I will have 1, 0, 1, or 2. If depends on how the work is related to baseline work. But this is not all. Why? Because if I hit on OK, and if I go here and add a column, let's say here, okay, baseline versus work, which can be found here, you will see everything is 1. Why? Because obviously work and baseline worker are the same. Let me go to now here on entry, and let me put this one as 5 days. So obviously it will be greater than baseline work, and this one on 3 days, which will be less. Okay, so if I go to cost, I will see, not cost, sorry, wrong, work. I will see that task 1 is 0. Why? Because work is greater than baseline work. So baseline versus work is 0 because I set it like that. For task 2, baseline work and work are the same. So it is the value of baseline versus work is 1. And for task 3, baseline work is greater than work, actual work, and it is obviously set to 2. But it doesn't look nice. What I want to see, I want to see red light indicator. So what can I do? I can go to custom fields, and I can, instead of that, go to graphical indicators, and I will see graphical indicators here. Okay, I choose the newly created custom field, and I use graphical indicators, and I will click on this. And I will say, okay, if this one equals to 0, it means that baseline work and a work are the same. I will use red. Yellow. If this field is 1, which means wrong. If baseline versus work equals 0, it means that work is greater than baseline work. So obviously, I will put it in red. If it equals to 1, it means that it is same as baseline work. So everything is under control. Baseline work and actual work are the same. And if the baseline work is greater than actual work, it means I will work less than it was planned. I will say that then here equals, it will be green. Okay, now once again, if this field has value 0, it should be red. Why? You can see here that baseline is less than actual work. So basically it is red alarm, red alert. You should work more than it was planned. If they are the same, it is 1. Basically, it means you are supposed to work as it was planned, and if it is 2, you are supposed to work less than it was planned. Okay, okay, and now you can see them that they are red, yellow, and green. Let's go back here and let me go here in Gantt chart. I can here, not in Gantt chart, but in entry table, sorry. I can choose here the same field. Okay, not baseline start. Come on, what's wrong with me? Okay, let's hide this column and let me hide this column, hide it. And now let's say baseline versus work. Okay, now if I put this in 1 day, it will be green. 2 days green, 3 days green, 4 days yellow, 5 days red. If I put this on 1 day, it will be green. If I put it in 8 days, it will be red. If I put in 4 days, as it was planned, it will be yellow. So basically, this is very good approach to have this red light indicator, not only for work. You can put it for any field. You can set if the cost is greater than planned or whatever. And I usually use baseline versus work, baseline versus cost, baseline versus whatever. So basically, I can see if someone will work more or less, or it should be work more or less, or it should be cost more or less. So I used a lot of those indicators. They are much easy to understand than figures, because in figures here, if you go to work, okay, you will see, if you don't look at this red light, if you don't have it, you should examine, okay, work is 40, 32, variance is 8, plus means I should work more than it was planned. 0 means everything is okay. Minus means I should work less than it was planned. But it is much easier to show for those figures to be shown in red light indicators, especially when you are going to present those to some of your stakeholders or to the customer or to your sponsor. Hope this helps. Thank you very much. See you soon.